Hello, audience. Nobody's over here. And hello, everybody at home. Hello, world. Before I'm gonna introduce myself, I'm gonna show you a case first to see how easy it is to optimize your website. This is one of the real-life demos or use cases that we have on a website of one of our clients called Athlon. It's an international car leasing company, and this is their homepage. They have a big header, and they have two news items on the homepage. But if you scroll down a bit, then they are talking about electric cars or full electric cars. And if you click on that news item and go over there, then you have a content page with a lot of content, nice content, why electric is really important for everyone. But as soon as you clicked on that news item, the homepage will directly change because we see a different news item over here, thinking about switching to electric. Because you read a content page about electricity or electric cars, the homepage adapts to with a new news item. If you click over there, you can read a bit more about electric, and you can download a white paper over here. And as soon as you do this, we pull you deeper into the funnel of electricity. And if you come back to the homepage, you now see two news items about electric cars. And one of the content pages over there is in 5 steps to a full electric fleet. It's a great content page with a contact form where you get into contact with Athlon, telling you more about electric cars and why that's so important, and now you can switch your fleet to electric. It's a really simple use case, but we're adapting the homepage constantly based on what you're reading. And guess what? The form was already there, the last form, where you could get into contact with a consultant of Athlon. But by doing it like this, changing and pulling you into the funnel, guess what the increased conversion was for this form? It was an increase of 23% more forms fills in. And guess what? The investment. Well, the content was already on the website. There was a lot of content about electricity. The forms were already there, so that wasn't anything that we need to invest. We had a brainstorm with the client, and creating the idea cost about 4 hours. Then we implemented it in the Umbraco website by only clicking and configuring it. So with an investment of 6 hours, we had a 23% increase in conversion on this website. So that's insane. That's really easy to explain to your client why you should invest 6 hours and get 23% back. And today I'm going to show you how we did that and how you can implement that in your Umbraco 8 or 9 website within a day. Well, I'm Jeffrey Schoemaker. As Dave Woestenbors, the second hardest name to pronounce in the Dutch community. I'm the co-founder of the ulMarketing suite, and I'm owner of Perplex Digital, probably your favorite Dutch Umbraco Gold partner. For everyone, I run a digital agency, Perplex Digital, and we're based over here. For everybody who's not familiar with the Netherlands, we're based in Arnhem. It's over there. I cannot point it out, of course. What we're going to do today is the next few things. I'm going to introduce a bit of background about personalization, optimizing websites, etc. We're going to look at the possibilities on your website. I'm going to do a live demo. Hopefully the demo gods are really happy with me today, as with all the other demos today. And I have some final thoughts. But let's start with a bit of background. If you create a website has a goal. And you can ponder what your goal is for your website. Could be really obvious, sell stuff. If you have a web shop, they're looking to KPIs like number of orders, average order value, total revenue. It could be getting into contact or lead generation. Like if you're an agency, then you hope to get into contact, and then you look at number of leads, number of filled in forms, number of visitors. Or it could be sharing information. if you have a personal blog or you're a hospital website or something like that, and then you're looking at average pages per session, visitor loyalty, etc. Those are the KPIs that you're thinking about. And of course, you want to increase these goals. And we can make a few assumptions that are probably true for all websites. Nobody reads all your content on your website. And nobody fills in all the forms on your website. There's too much content, too much forms, and nobody reads it like a brochure like you did back in the days. Some statistics on Umbraco.com. There are more than 3,700 pages and 97 forms. Nobody will fill them in at all, or all 97, and nobody reads all the content. And even on smaller websites like ulMarketingSuite.com or Perplex.nl, nobody reads all the content and nobody fills in all the forms. Even our own editors probably don't read all the content. So that's why it's important to show the right content to the right person at the right moment. And that is where the ulMarketing Suite drops in. Because what we want to achieve with the ulMarketing Suite is make personalization as easy as editing content with Umbraco. Dave had a great session today about making it easy for editors to edit content, and we want to make personalization as easy as that as well. Our dream is that any content editor who creates content can also do personalization, A/B testing, optimizing, because that's what you want to do with your website. And it's also really important for us that you don't have to write any line of code if you don't want to. If you want to bring it to a next level, you can do that with the ulMarketing Suite, but it shouldn't be necessary to write any code to start this. Well, the ulMarketing Suite looks a bit like this. Not too much of that today. And what I'm going to show you is a digital personalization maturity curve. And that's a curve that every client will go through when they start with personalizing websites or optimizing websites. And in the beginning, there's one website to rule them all. It isn't important if you're a first-time user of the website, if you're returning, if you're already a customer. Everybody sees the same website, same content, same menu, same logos, etc. If you get a bit further in your digital maturity or personalization maturity, you perhaps have a customized website. If you log in, it says, "Hi Jeffrey, welcome back." It's customized because you're logged in, you're seeing another website. Most of the times, the first step of a company or a client to get into personalization. Next up, most of the times personalized emails with a nice header. "Hi Jeffrey, this is your personal offer for today," something like that. I don't know why clients are choosing that as their next phase, but probably because the email clients are made up like this, that it's really easy to personalize emails. Next step is collecting all the data of your visitors, so you can create profiles and get more insights in the visitors of your website. And with that data, you can create profiles. And with those profiles, you can segmentize your website or your content based on rules. Going from there, you can personalize your website based on behavior. Somebody's going over there or over there, and that's why we're optimizing the homepage like we did in the first use case. Finally, you can call it hyper-segmentation, a unique website for each visitor of your website, sending out the best data for that person. And finally, if you want to take it further than only the website, you're calling it omni-channel personalization. And this is a maturity curve that most clients or bigger clients will run into. And there's no quick way to get from phase one to the last phase. You have to go through all the steps to become digital mature. And predictive personalization. Forgot about that one. That's of course the holy grail in personalization, where AI will take over and predict what you want to see. Probably we're not there yet, or I never saw any good examples, but that's where you want to go. And with the ulMarketing suite, we can support most of this out of the box, and the rest can be done by extra coding. If we go to your own website or your client's website, we're going to look at the possibilities over there as well. Because when you start with optimization or personalization, start where you can make the most difference. Don't start with a content page that nobody sees and try to optimize that. No, start where you can make the biggest difference. And we're lucky because all websites are created equal. And what I mean by that is that all websites have a header. And in that header, often there's a menu in it. All websites have a homepage and all websites have content pages. So because that's true for every website, it's really easy and good to start over there when optimizing. And the header always looks like this. A logo, menu items, and less important menu items. And if you don't believe me, a few examples. If you go to DuurFest, which is, by the way, a fantastic design, or the DF21 website, you see a logo over there and a menu. If you go to your marketing suite, you see the logo, you see the menu, and you see the less important menu items. And also, if you go to Umbraco.com, the same is true. So that is a great way to start optimizing your website because everyone sees it. Everybody sees the header on every page visit, and probably it's 10% or more of your view of your website. So start over there. And it can be really easy, like adding a phrase in the top. Over here it says, get started in 10 minutes. Just a subtle way to personalize the experience. Or a bigger bar that fits in every design. Or you can give it a bit more attention by making it yellow or something like that. But that is a great point or starting point. If you want to take it up to a next level, you could also make the menu as relevant as possible. So this is, for example, ulMarketingSuite.com with a lot of menu items. But what we can do, or doing, is for a first timer, we hide some menu items and we say, get started, get a tour. So you can go through all the features of the ulMarketing suite. And then once you've done that, well, then we're promoting with the green bar, the green button, book a demo. Because then you've seen the features, maybe then you're ready for a demo. And if you received a demo, then we're sending out get a personal discount. So you can get your personal discount. Doesn't make any sense to start with that if you're for the first time on the website. And if you finally bought a license, well, get inspired. Or do you need some help with the installation or with your specific use case? So adapting the menu based on the behavior of the visitor or the data that we have of the visitor. So a header, great way to start. A homepage, perfect alternative as well. Because, well, 99.999% of the websites have a homepage. And on average, we see that about 20% of the visitors will see the homepage, or all page views are at the homepage. And most homepage have a hero and a title, and that's easy to optimize. This, for example, is Umbraco.com, best CMS in the world, and a nice video. That could be something that you show in the first session. And if somebody's coming back, then you can say, okay, maybe you should try it out. Different title, different experience. And if you've already installed it or you're a customer of Umbraco, maybe you want to send out on the homepage, Umbraco 9 is released, get it now and it's cool and great, etc. It doesn't make sense to show this to someone who's for the first time over here, who doesn't even know it's a CMS or something like that. So by adjusting the title, the hero title, and the header image, it could be a great way to optimize this. And finally, all websites have a content page, and people don't read any anymore. We see that a lot when we're experimenting with sitting side by side with our editors or just random people to see how they look at content pages. People scroll, look at the titles, and then go on and look at the pictures, something like that. And what you can do by optimizing it is creating in-page call to action blocks. Like, for example, download a white paper or get a white paper or something like that. And what you could do, and that is also possible on every content page, but also on every page, is elegant pop-ups. Not pop-ups like the annoying ones on marketing website, but elegant pop-ups. This is, for example, a blog post on our own website, ulMarketingSuite.com. You can add in a small content block. If you didn't check out all the features yet, we can put in download the white paper. If you checked out all the features, we can put in get a free demo or something like that. Relevant data within the content pages. Other alternative is creating a pop-up like this one, book a free demo. Just a small subtle pop-up. If you click it away, you will never see it again. But those are easy ways to optimize your website. So I know for sure that your website has enough options to start today. And I have plenty of time left for a demo. So we're gonna switch over to a demo. And let's see if the demo gods are happy today. What we have over here is Umbraco.com, but built on our own. Just as you know it, you have a header or title, you have a picture, you have a menu, etc. And what we've done is and it says over here, Umbraco is the coolest CMS out there. If you go to the developer part and look over here, you see all kinds of developer stuff. Here we have blog posts about the UI library, for example, and also about forms, etc. Because this person or me as a visitor are now writing tech or developer content about developers, but also the UI library, stuff like that. And if you go back to the homepage now, you see install Umbraco now, and you see some nice code how you can install the Umbraco at this moment. So we're adapting the homepage based on the behavior of this visitor. I'm going to show you how we did that without writing any code. I'm going to log into Umbraco. It's an Umbraco 8 website, and here we have the homepage. The home with properties. You saw Umbraco, the friendly CMS, page like this. And you see that we have a small icon over here called showing that there are two variants of this page. I can go to this page. I demoed it on the different website. Doesn't matter. We're gonna do that over here as well. Sorry for this. Demo gods. Umbraco, the friendly CMS. It was over here, the title and the image. Now, because I went to the developer section a few times, read a few blog posts for developers, then coming back, and it shows developers are God's gift to earth. It was a different demo than I just demoed. How I set that up is because I've installed the ulMarketing suite. Over here, I have personalization set up. And here I've created a personalized variant for developers. If I click on edit, it will open up a split view. Where on the left side, we have the original title and image. On the right side, we have relevant text for a relevant title for developers and a relevant image. And this is shown over here. And it's as easy as this. I could also create a new variant. This new variant isn't based on behavior, but for example on a specific property. Like if you're using Firefox, I'm going to show you a personalized variant. It will open the split view editor and will says if you're using Firefox, you're already my friend. A big and a personalized title. I'm gonna show this picture. I'm gonna publish this variant. And if somebody now goes to this website, and of course, the demo gods are really mad at me today. We're gonna see it's showing this content. So if you want to optimize the title and an image, it's as easy as this, and we can try that out or test that out on every website. What I also created is, for example, over here. Let's see. Here I'm gonna show a new top bar or a pop-up for developers. I'm a developer. I know that for sure because developers are God's gift to earth. If I'm going to this website, I'm gonna show a pop-up over here. Just a few lines of code that I can copy paste from our documentation. And it's set up like this. Ooh, that's too much. It's set up like this. I've added in some CSS that I just copied over. That shows this great pop-up. And some JavaScript with the content over here. Pop-ups do convert. Did you know on average it can increase like this? And voila, here you have it. Easy as this to increase conversion based on the behavior or based on some logic that we have over here. This is cool. This can be done on every website. This one has properties. But what is perhaps even cooler is if you're using perplex content blocks. The content blocks, there was a session earlier today of my colleagues Brian and Daniel, and they were showing content blocks. Here we have a lot of content blocks, creating rich pages with different blocks. Different layouts per block are possible, etc. And what we nowadays can do is personalize the experience, personalize content blocks based on personalization segments. Like over here, I have a header that's shown by default. Umbraco is the coolest CMS out there. But if it's a marketer, I want to show the best CMS in the world. And if it's a developer, I want to show install Umbraco now. So that was the demo where I started with. And creating personalized variants of these blocks is as easy as this. I can select a specific segment, like Firefox. I can say, hello Firefox users. I can publish it. And voila. As long as I'm a new visitor, right now I'm a developer visitor, it says, hello Firefox users. I see I'm really running out of time, and I want Leonard to have enough time left as well. So I'm skipping the demo for now. Getting back to the PowerPoint. Yes, there's the PowerPoint again. Hello. What I did was really easy. I installed Umbraco, I installed the ulMarketing suite and Perplex content blocks. It's all out there on our umbraco.com, and I tried to do 6 scenarios in 10 minutes. That was a bit optimistic, even for a Monday, but we got somewhere over here, and the rest you can always check out somewhere else. I'm getting to some final thoughts about personalization and optimizing your website. People think it's really difficult to do this, or really hard and don't know where to start. Well, actually it's really easy. Start now. Start with a simple use case. Start with one segment or one persona that you want to optimize. Get perfect later. You don't have to implement the most complex personalization scenario right from the beginning. No, start now. Get perfect later. Well, a bit of promotion of the ulMarketing suite. It works on every website, on any Umbraco website. Umbraco 8 for sure. And we're finishing at this moment Umbraco 9, probably releasing it later today or later this week or at the first week of January. You can start optimizing your website within 10 minutes, guaranteed. And you don't need any developer. we're really happy that we're live at a bunch of websites, including arlanet.nl, if I'm correctly. But most proud that we're on Umbraco.com at this moment, running on Umbraco.com itself and optimizing the experience over there. I'm seeing myself double. Yeah, here I am. Look, hello. Sorry, having some fun in the audience. Really proud of Lars, who's team lead marketing, who says with the ulMarketing suite we can finally go from dreaming about personalization to actually doing it. And that is what we want to do with the ulMarketing suite. We have a lot of partners. We're really happy. Some of them are even here. And I think that is a perfect way to finish. And over to Leonard if there are any questions from the audience. And man, 30 minutes is way too short.
Yes, it is. There are a few questions from the audience. And most of them were probably already answered by Daniel and Bram.
Yeah.
But it's what about headless?
Headless.
Is that something that's on your roadmap? Do you want to make that possible for people to use?
Yeah. Yeah, we're looking into headless. But as Daniel and Bram also explained, it can become a bit complex. Yeah. I'm hoping that Umbraco Hardcore will get to the next phase. They have some big plans with Hardcore, also allowing third-party packages to be installed. And probably then we can look even more into headless. Because at this moment it comes with some headaches. What we see. But it's definitely on our roadmap, but not the first priority at this moment.
Okay. Another question is, which is an interesting one. Do you save any user behavior information if everything is cookie-based? Or is everything cookie-based? Are you actually storing data and processing that? Or is it all based on the cookie? And if you delete a cookie, you lost all information? Or
both. By default, it's based on the cookie. But if you have a login into your website, like we have, for example, on ulmarketingsuite.com, if you log in, even with a different device or a different cookie, we can group that together and create a complete profile at that moment.
Yeah, so at some point you will be able to actually track people independent of their browser or mobile, as long as you have something like an account or a cookie.
Exactly. Okay. Or people clicking from a newsletter or something like that.
Yeah. All right. Another question was, does or will ulMarketing Suite offer APIs to integrate with third-party personalization or profiling tools like BlueConic?
Not on the roadmap, actually. But we're building the ulMarketing Suite like we think Umbraco could have built it. So it's fully extendable, and you can swap out specific stuff if you don't like it or have a better implementation, like you're used to with Umbraco. We ship with default algorithms, default tracking, default storage, etc. But if you want to swap that out, that's totally possible.
All right. I think this is the last question, and you already touched upon this a little at the end. But do you have any tips for website owners that want to start with personalization but really have no idea where to start?
The best thing is go to ulmarketingsuite.com and read our blog. We're trying to create some nice introductionary blog posts about setting up a pop-up, like I did really quickly in the demo, and see what things like this do. You can A/B test that and serve it to 50% of the visitors, and the rest you don't optimize for that, and just play around with it. I think that is the best thing to do. Just start with it and see what's working for you and your specific use case and whatnot.
I see. And what if you don't actually have a website yet and you're developing one right now? What is the best time to start personalizing your website? Do you do that during development already, even though you might not start using it? Or is it something that you do after the website is done? Or when do you start personalizing?
Can be both. And personalization is never the goal in itself. No. It's always about optimizing something. More reads, more filled in forms, etc. So if you don't have a plan for that, you can best do it at a later moment. But you can do it from the beginning. But you should come up with a plan first and test it out and then go live.
Right. So actually a message from Lars. I stand by my words. The work you've done on your marketing suite is awesome. High five, you rock.
Cool. And that is what we want to hear from our the users of the marketing suite, that they really see how easy it is and really see a benefit in increased conversions, stuff like that. Cool, Lars.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Well, those were my questions and the questions from the audience. So thank you very much for this rather short talk, or maybe too short talk.
Well,
We'll probably have you back sometime later.
we always have next year.
Yes.